guys, welcome back to my channel. Before we keep going, make sure you've subscribed, you put your notifications on, because you know your girls always got the videos on check every Wednesday, and today is no exception. Today I wanted to talk about like business and how to persevere and how to propel in this lovely Kenya of ours. And what better than to get a company that I have a lot of connections with, and I know the journey that they took, and it's Mwanaume Ni Effort, or MNE as it's also popularly known. And today I have a special guest, the MD of MNE, and I'll let him introduce himself.
Hi guys, yeah, like Angela said, I'm the managing director of Mwanaume Ni Effort, or as we call it, MNE.
Yeah.
My name is Murunga Imanyara. Yeah, that's basically it.
Okay,
Yeah.
So Mwanaume Ni Effort, for those in translation, I guess it'd be how do you call it?
I would put it as a man is defined by the effort he puts.
Okay.
So yeah, a man is epitomized by the amount of effort he puts into it. Yeah.
So for those who don't understand Swahili, so that's what it means. How did that catchphrase, which started out, I know that story, which we can tell the audience a bit, but how did that go from being like those things that you say as boys and as you're in night out, become the name of a company and then like,
well, it started off in 2012. It was actually my business partner Barry, who I'm sure you all know. Barry and a group of friends. It's a phrase that had been used around by a couple of artists in Kenya, a couple of local artists. So Barry and his friends picked it up. Calvo actually was a big supporter.
Yeah, he has a song.
Yeah, he actually has a song called Mwanaume Ni Effort. He's a big supporter of our brand.
Yeah.
So Barry started using the phrase along with his friends when they were out clubbing, and it caught on. You know, people started using it, and so Barry, thinking fast, went and created a logo quick. Did a couple of T-shirts.
Yeah.
That elevated the brand to something else. I don't think even at the time Barry was
at first it was just like a T-shirt, and
it was,
because those were the times where we used to love wearing
exactly.
Like that was the beginning of T-shirt brands.
And also people were, I think at that time people were still starved of local brands. And people wanted to support something local and original, but which was still cool. So that's why, well, I give credit to that. That's why it caught on. And,
as we can see.
So this is actually a remake of the logo, which we did in 2015. That's how it started, and the T-shirt sold like hotcakes. People fell in love with the brand, and the journey has been fantastic ever since.
So as we, for those who don't know, there's Mwanaume Ni Effort apparel.
Yes.
MNE apparel, in short. That's how it began.
Yes.
So initially, obviously, it was just a T-shirt. How did we go from it being an apparel T-shirt company to now it being, am I right in saying experiential marketing?
Yes, there's a branch. Our umbrella company, our mother company, now ventures into experiential marketing and digital marketing and strategy and the likes. But well, we transitioned from being an apparel company because we realized that we had a following. We had a large following. You know, by the time we were now doing more T-shirts, people realized that, rather myself and Barry realized that there's a market for our brand. People love the brand. People love the journey. And we were both very social people. So we had a lot of friends. We were going out a lot. So we make jokes that we just commercialized our lifestyles. So
why not?
I mean, we like, at the time we loved going out. We still do. We love meeting people, doing new things. So, and we had a lot of ideas. So Barry, one Saturday in 2015, approached me, and he had just come back from a stint in Turkana. He had been. He has another hat. During the day, Barry also runs a waste company. So yeah, he was in Turkana, based there for a couple of months. He had just come back to Nairobi, starved of a social life. So we met up. We had been talking before then, and he seemed to like what I was saying. You know, I was telling him this brand can be something. It can be something big. It needs to be revived. So we decided to relaunch the brand.
Okay.
New logo, everything, new t-shirt designs, new hoodies, new everything.
I was there in that
yeah,
too.
and she was. I remember actually meeting. Yeah, and so the relaunch was actually something we also loved. It was just a FIFA tournament, a PlayStation tournament.
Yeah.
So we just expected maybe 20 of our closest pals to come. We did it at Vineyard, which is now Deja Vu.
Yeah.
As we were doing it, we realized a lot of people came.
Yes.
You know, and people came because we had advertised an after party and with a DJ and everything. Guys came dressed up. The ladies were looking fantastic. So
looking like money.
Yeah, exactly. So when we saw that, we realized, wait, people are actually listening to what we're doing, and so after that, it's something I always loved when I was abroad studying was attending quiz nights and trivia nights.
Okay.
And I thought to myself, this is something that can work here.
And you guys, I feel personally, were the first people to start quiz night, and now it's
there were people doing it, but not at the scale that we were doing it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people were doing it for haphazardly for corporates here and there, maybe as team building.
Yeah.
But then we came in and realized there's people who enjoy that intellectual meeting and meeting of minds, and there are a lot of brainiacs, and then make it unique in that we coupled it with our parties. So it was a very fun trivia night. So eventually now we did the first one at Vineyard, and we were expecting maybe 15, 20 guys, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I think we had something like 150.
I attended the first one actually, and it was really well attended.
Yeah, it was well attended. A lot of our friends came, and
yes, I came. Yeah. It was in August.
It was in August.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, I feel like I've walked this journey with you.
Yeah. So after the quiz night, which was successful, we signed a partnership agreement with Vineyard. We started doing it monthly. And the same people who are running Vineyard at the time were also running Budaba. So Budaba, it was a fantastic space, but it was not doing very well.
Yes.
And so they reached out to me. I remember that was February 2016. I remember the day precisely. I was parking my car. I had just gotten home from work. A nonsense job I had at the time that I hated.
Yes.
So I was just looking for any way out. And when my friend Eddie called me and told me they're looking for someone to help them bring a crowd to Budaba.
Yes.
And my creative juices just started flowing, and it kicked in, and I conceptualized this idea called Pass 5.
Okay.
And at the time, myself and Barry were good friends with a lot of DJs at Homeboys and the like. So we talked to DJ John, we talked to G Money, who's a big supporter still.
Yeah.
And G Money signed up like that, and we literally had a week to put this together. By Friday, we had made the flyers, we had created the event pages, we had talked to people, and so Budaba. I mean, we used to maybe go there, and maybe there were like 7 guys on a Friday just having.
Let me tell you,
drinks.
I think, for those who don't live in Kenya or don't understand, Budaba isn't even a big space, right?
Yeah.
So now if you go there, it's not there anymore, but there's completely different thing.
Yeah.
But it got so packed, people were happy to continue partying at the car park.
Yeah, and that's actually a solution we had to think up fast.
You have to put tents because it's like
put up tents. It was actually a lot of people prefer that because you see,
because you get air.
You get the air, and there's also this psychological thing you have to put people in. People like to associate with opulence and exuberance, and what we did was Budaba. I still think it was the best space because right next to it was RMA Motors.
Yeah.
And the lighting at the RMA Motors at night, you see the Jaguars, the Range Rovers. It's very aspirational, especially when you're having a drink or food.
Yeah.
You like to be, even subconsciously, you like to be around that kind of space. You don't want to drink at a random place.
Yeah.
So people really love that space. We put up tents, because now upstairs just got too crowded. It became too popular.
It was the spot on Friday.
So people love that.
I like that. I like how the journey has transitioned, and how you actually you created a space for yourself in the marketing world. You found it. You've also molded the journey in how things are done here. And my other question was gonna be like, so they're a young company. You're a young company.
Yes.
In the eyes of business.
Yes.
You have young people who work.
Yes.
We live in a society, and I will speak for Africa as a whole, where being young is a bit of a challenge when you're trying to do business. And have you found like the environment in terms of people taking you seriously in Nairobi, in Kenya as a whole? Like, what are the challenges? And why have you chosen to only focus on hiring young people?
Well,
so those are two questions. Why have you focused on only hiring young people, and what are the challenges of you being young as business people, or not even young, just young in age, and trying to
navigate the business world in Kenya?
Well,
to be quite frank, I'll answer the first question first. The environment in Kenya, if you're trying to do business in Kenya and you have a good idea, but you see also the space that we are in, I wouldn't say it's rocket science. All you need to do is be creative and value your clientele. And this generation of people who we market, because our age, we target a demographic of between the ages of 25, I'd say, to maybe even 50. You know, they're guys who captains of industry and corporates, and who subscribe to our brand and our message.
Yes.
But what I've realized is that it's not hard. I wouldn't say it's hard navigating the business environment as a young individual and as a young company. All you need to do is have a fantastic product. You need to make people feel connected to it, genuinely make people feel connected to it. And people will subscribe to the brand. People will love the brand. Second question, why we hire young people? And no, let me just get back. I think one difficulty we've faced is just, I don't know if I'll get arrested for this, but our government is not set up, or this administration does not favor small business. It might say something else.
I think it's important that we talk about that.
Yes, and it's very frustrating. We've had run-ins with the authorities who come in and accuse us of not having business permits, or accuse us of not paying taxes, and yet everything is on the level. You know, everything, all the books are proper. They've been checked, they've been audited. But this is not only happening to us; it's happening to every small business around every industry, around every county. There is absolutely nothing that the government does where you look and say this is favorable to small business. They are not providing incubators. You know, the Ministry of Trade is not running workshops. It's not devising, maybe coming up with strategies for taxes for small businesses, maybe reducing the rate. I mean, we just paid for a business, we got a business permit for another company, and a small company, maybe 6 individuals, and that's already something like 40,000 shillings, you know. And then people are asking for a facilitation fee.
So there's so many. It's like there's so many blockages.
Yes.
So those are things that are important to talk about. Because you need to be aware of that when you're running a business.
Of course,
Just before I move on, why have you guys chosen to only focus on hiring young people?
Well,
is that intentional?
It's intentional, yes, because it's not fair to now start looking for people who've been in the game for long, no fresh ideas, and yet there's such a large labor force, of an untapped labor force, young people graduating, brilliant minds, like the ladies we work with are fantastic, sharp and focused and hungry to learn and to grow and to build, and invested in the company. You don't get that kind of energy with older people. Older people are very set in their ways.
Not malleable. They're
not malleable, and it's also unfair to afford those opportunities to people who've already had them. I think it's very, it's only the right thing to do is, because we went through these struggles before. When we were trying to get jobs, we were very frustrated because, you know, you're fresh out of uni and you're being told you need 5 years experience, and you're like,
where am I gonna get the 5 years experience? I hate those job descriptions.
It's nonsense, and so we've made a point of giving people opportunities. We might be called Mwanaume Ni Effort, but majority of the company is ladies,
Yes.
young ladies who. That's actually a sub brand of ours. But the ladies do a fantastic job. Young, I think the average age at MNE amongst the employees is something like 24. Yeah. So it's
that's good.
Yeah.
Young people supporting young people.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
So there's a business. Someone here who's watching this interested in business. They're young in business or have fresh young ideas.
Yes.
Knowing what you know now.
Yeah.
And knowing and seeing what you've experienced in your period of doing this.
Yeah.
What are the 3 key things that you would tell someone? Make sure you've done this
before getting into business.
Yeah. And it doesn't necessarily mean, even like in terms of mind preparation.
Yeah. I'd say for me the things that work and continue to work for me, be fully invested. Be fully invested in what you've decided to do. Love it. Be passionate about it. Be confident that you know how to do it.
Okay.
Be confident that you know how to go around this business.
Okay.
Don't ever doubt yourself. The people who've made it, the richest people right now, don't, when they were, there's always those elements of doubt, there's always those moments of doubt, but
yeah.
Be, if I could maybe say, be confident even in your ignorance. Don't be arrogant, but be confident in your ignorance. Not everyone knows everything. And you can always reinvent things. There's people doing things, but you don't have to do things the way people have done it.
Yes.
And that's one thing we've done as a company. People discourage us from going into events, and they were telling us there's so many people that the market is saturated.
Yep.
But we reminded them we're not doing events the way events are done.
Yes.
We're doing it our own way. We're very personal. We listen to our following. We do what they want. We present them with things that they love, concepts that they love. We're not just trying to take your money and run with it.
Yes.
A lot of event organizers are doing that right now.
Yeah.
So another thing I'd say, be very...
So be confident,
be invested. Be very invested, be passionate about what you do. And another thing I'd say is, don't doubt yourself. That is the one thing that stops you from doing it, from actually getting into business and actually setting something up. You'll have those moments of doubt, but I keep telling people this, we are a rock floating through space, and there's billions of galaxies and billions of planets and billions of stars. We are not the most important people in this planet. What you do today will not matter when you're dead. You don't want to look back and say, did I do the most I could? Did I try everything? Even if you get embarrassed, even if things don't go your way, but the most important thing is that you actually set out to do something. And I can promise you, once you do that, success is never too far away.
We are a rock floating through space. Wow.
People don't look at it like that.
I like that. Actually, what you said about doubt, I learned a new quote. You doubt, you don't.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
And I've seen so many people, brilliant minds, stagnate because they're too fearful to, put time aside and actually venture into what they want. And especially for young people, you have less to lose.
That's
don't wait till you have a family, till you have kids, because then you will need a steady flow of income. Because there are certain things you have to
do
meet.
And make sure.
Yes, but if you're young and this is the time, if you explore, exactly.
Try out, do it all.
Exactly.
So, with all that you have achieved, there have been points of failure and there have been points of successes.
Yes.
And I would like to end it with what has kept you going, both you as an individual and you as a company. What has kept you guys going?
I think it's also, I'm also very fortunate to have a partner who shares my vision and the direction for which we want the company to take and go, and the objectives we're trying to reach. What has kept us going is if I can use a popular phrase right now, we've seen the end game. We know where we want to be in 5, 10, 20 years.
Okay.
The space, the event space, the digital marketing space, the space for content, the space for experiential marketing, the space for events, I still feel is not done to the best of standards.
Okay.
And we are driven by this dream that, rather this goal that we'll be the premier service provider for all these things in Africa. The pioneers and the company that is benchmark, that people look to and say we want to do this, and
the case studies that we will do when we go to universities.
Exactly. And Kenya is still very,
it's a fresh market.
It's a fresh market for this idea. People are hungry for this kind of experiences, and me and myself and my partner Barry are also very passionate about putting plans together and actually watching them come to fruition. That's something that really fuels us and drives us and keeps us waking up every morning. And
I love that. I love that. You've just actually, so I'm reading a book by Oprah. It's a new book. It's called The Path Made Clear.
Yes.
To discovering your purpose and your journey and stuff. And exactly the point that you've just made about blossoming and thingy. And so I'll end it with this. We are a seed.
Yes.
Right? There's a point in time you're a seed.
Yes.
There's a point in time you water that seed.
Yes.
With your education.
Yes.
With your experiences.
Yes.
And then you sprout because you germinate and stuff. And then as you sprout, you blossom. Exactly. So now it goes from you just knowing that you're excelling and succeeded to everyone else seeing you becoming what you are. I wish you guys nothing but success, and as always, I am one of your number one fan supporter. I'm right there with you. I think just Mwanaume Ni Effort pia.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But
thank you very much for that.
It's cool, and thank you for having me. And I'm glad. I know that there will be someone out there who's going to be inspired by this, encouraged by this, that they are not alone. And you can always reach out to me. You can I'll put Murunga's details if you're a young person and you have more questions. You can always reach out. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and as always, tune in every Wednesday. Have a good day wherever you are. Bye.